Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host welcoming you back to your weekend cricket show, Cricket Happenings, this on a Sunday, the 20th of March 2022. In this particular cricket show, two matches. One which is underway right now. England have created an absolute excitement in on the final day of the second test against the West Indies at the Bridgetown Oval in Barbados, where they have declared the innings closed at 185 for 6, thus setting the West Indies 282 runs to go and win the match in two sessions. Yes, it's a very, very challenging task. It will be very important to see what happens. In the meanwhile, let's go live to Bridgetown in Barbados and see what's happening. Well, I do see that West Indians in their chase has already lost their first wicket. John Campbell has been a victim of the bowling of Jack Leach. It was a big appeal for a bat pad catch there. It probably hit the glove and the ball looped up and forward short leg. It was Alex Lees who pouched it, and definitely that's the first blood that England have drawn. They'll be very happy with this right now, as the opening batsman John Campbell has been dismissed. Brathwaite, the captain, is not out on 5. Shamar Brooks is not out on 4. And I will keep you posted as to what's going on. But first, from here, we go on to Bangladesh versus South Africa. The other day, as you remember, that Bangladesh took a 1-0 lead in the ODI series by putting up a massive big score on the board and winning the match against South Africa. It was a do-or-die match for the South Africans, if at all they wanted to keep this series alive. It's a 3-match series. And, well, they did it in fine style as South Africa won the match at the Wanderers, as you call it, the bull ring in cricket circles in Johannesburg, by 7 wickets. And they were really, they had a very smooth victory, one could call. Now, looking at the Bangladeshi card today, the Bangladesh found it too hot for their comfort as far as the pace and bounce was concerned, especially the man who was red hot was Kagiso Rabada, picking up his second 5-4 in one-day internationals, bowling 10 overs, no maiden, 39 runs and 5 wickets. And all the 5 wickets, most of the 5 wickets that he took was because the Bangladeshis found it very difficult to cope up with the extra bounce that they were getting at the Wanderers in Johannesburg. Tamim Iqbal was out for he was a victim of the bowling of Nigiri, but again it was extra bounce for him as well. And the Bangladeshis were in really deep trouble at one stage, where the score read 34 for 5 with Rabada, Parnell and Nigiri among the wickets, and the top half had been shaved off for the Bangladeshis, and they were in real deep trouble. 34 for 5 the score read when Mushfiqur Rahim was out in the 13th over, and still a lot of work to be done. But lucky enough for them, Mahmudullah was the one who was nurturing the young boy Afif Hussain. And Afif Hussain, one has to say that the more we look at this bloke Afif Hussain, one gets the feeling that he's someone who's going to stay in Bangladesh cricket for quite a long time, as Mahmudullah was out with a score on 94. So there was a good partnership between these two of 60-odd runs that really helped matters. And Hafeez Hussain got into a good partnership with the very reliable all-rounder Mehdi Hassan Miraz, who contributed 38 of 49 deliveries, 1 4 and 2 sixes, 2 slog-swept sixes by Mehdi Hassan Miraz, who has this capability to play the waiting game as well as play the aggressive form of cricket. Mehdi and Afif Hussain, one has to say, as I said, he looks very talented for me. He has picked up his second 50 in one-day international cricket, and predominantly he's a very strong player through the offside. He cracked 5 boundaries out of the 9 boundaries that he hit through the offside, and also nudged the ball into the gaps to get the singles. 72 was his contribution with 9 boundaries. Again, that man Rabada, initially coming in and picking up 3 wickets, and then coming up and picking up the very important wickets. And that was the time, as I said, from 34 for 5. Mahmudullah gave some support to Afif Hussain. The score moved on to 94. And then it was another partnership that started building an 84-run partnership between Afif Hussain, Mathias, and Miraz. And things were probably, and that was the death overs. And that was the time that Rabada came in and once again picked up the wickets. 2 important wickets he picked up. He not only broke the stand, he dismissed both Afif Hussain and Mathias and Miraz for 72 and 38 respectively. As I said, the pressure was right on Afif Hussain because they had done the hard work. The score was 180 for 7 in the 46th over, and they had to throw their bat, and that's what precisely did. As Afif Hussain was caught by Bavuma at short mid-wicket. Mathias and Miraz also fell to the bowling of Rabada, and that was Rabada's 5th wicket. Mehdi also was going for the lofted stroke as it was the death overs, but they met their doom. After that, Taskin Ahmed was not out on 9. Shariful Islam fell the victim to Dasan for 2. Mustafa Rahim was not out on 2. And as I said, thanks to Afif Hussain and Mathias and Miraz putting on the problem with some little support from Mahmudullah, they managed to reach a respectable 194 for 9. But one knew that 194 for 9 was not a score that South Africa would have been much worried about. And that was precisely the case. Let's have a look at the bowling here. From the South African bowlers. Red hot Kagiso Rabada, 5 for 39. Lungi Gidi did a good job, 10 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 34. Wayne Parnell, 1 for 6. Came back into the South African team after quite a long time. It's the last time, it was the year 2017 that Wayne Parnell played for South Africa. But he's a good handy batsman to have. He can also do something with the bat as well. 2.5 was the man, but he had to go back, and that was not good news. Bavuma is the one who had to do a trundle, and what a trundle he did. He bowled 6.1 overs. He came in, the reason because of Wayne Parnell limping away, and Temba Bavuma, the captain, came in and had a nice 6-over trundle to make up for Wayne Parnell. 6.1 overs, no maiden, none for 22. I think he bowled those right arm off breaks, I reckon, Temba Bavuma. Shamsi, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 26. Good to see him in action there, Tabrai Shamsi. Keshav Maharaj was the one who was the most costliest today, as Bangladesh decided to go for him. None for 57 for him. And probably one probably thought whether it was a bit of overconfidence on the part of the Bangladeshi batsman. But let's look at the card there. Now, looking at Tamim Iqbal, again, it was the bounce that had him in as he had a prod at it, and the ball bobbed up. And backward point, Maharaj took the catch. Litton Das was also defeated by the bounce. This was Rabada bouncing while trying to play the uppercut, which is known for, but probably played it a bit close to his body, and that was the end. The keeper snapping the catch, and that was the end of Litton Das. Shakib Al Hasan also a victim of the bowling of the short stuff delivered by Rabada. He was looking to flick the delivery. He got an outside edge, and that was the end. Extra bounce, once again accounting for the wicket of Shakib Al Hasan. And Mushfiqur Rahim was LBW bowled Parnell for 11. And also, again, as I told you, it was all about the bounce, extra bounce once again, picking up the wicket of Mushfiqur Rahim. Yasir Ali, the one who was very impressive in the first ODI, this time also was again, he was also a victim of some extra bounce. A short delivery, angled in, and he tried to try to get away from it with the bottom handle. And leading edge, Keshav Maharaj had plucked the catch at backward point, and Rabada, as I said, was an absolute fire. Tremendous bowling smell from Rabada, bringing him the Man of the Match award for his second fifer in one-day internationals. Now, South Africa were given a target of 195 to go and win the match. They started off in right, and Quinton de Kock was simply electric. He got to his 50 of just 26 balls. He did not allow any of the bowlers to settle. He went after Taskin Ahmed by cracking him for 2 sixes. And Taskin Ahmed today really had his figures rearranged. As 4 overs went for 41 without a wicket besides his name. He also went after Mathias and Miraz, clouting him for a couple of sixes as well, four sixes to two sixes to Quinton de Kock. The person was Taskin Ahmed. Then he hit a six of the bowling of Marius and Miraz as well. Janiman Mallon was playing second fiddle to Quinton de Kock, but this partnership was going like a train. 86 runs added in 12.3 overs with Quinton de Kock in punishing form. He was hitting boundaries aplenty, and he was not taking anything lying down. He had decided that this is the way he is going to play, and that is the gung-ho form of cricket that Quinton de Kock plays, and that was to really put bat to ball and thrash it into the boundary or over the boundary. It was an absolute pleasure to watch Quinton de Kock bat, as he was looking ominous, according to me. Janiman Mallon was the first victim, as he was the first victim when Marius and Miraz snuck in a delivery on the leg stump, fuller ball. He tried to, in an attempt to sweep the delivery, he lost his stumps. And that was the end of Janiman Mallon, option 26 of 40 deliveries, 4 boundaries in that. Kyle Verena, the young, impressive youngster who I'm just trying to think, he recently played a series. I think it was the West Indies, where he got it's against New Zealand in the test match that he got his maiden test done. He came on and initially looked a bit shaky at the crease, giving company to Quinton de Kock. And then Quinton de Kock, after thrashing the 50 of 26 balls, eventually left for 62 of 41 deliveries, which included 9 fours and 2 sixes. An attractive knock from Quinton de Kock in all respects, as Afif Hussain took a very good catch at a deep mid-wicket boundary, and it was very well done by Afif Hussain. The ball was in fact going over the fence, and he timed his jump perfectly, picking up the catch and then jumping out of the boundary line to make sure that he had taken the catch. So well done, Afif Hussain. Looks to be a good fielder as well. Kyle Verini was joined by Temba Bavuma. Temba Bavuma hit one scorching six. It was hit with tremendous power of the bowling of Taskin Ahmed, and both of them started marching towards the Bangladeshi total. From 94, they took the total on to 176, making sure that there were no gremlins. There were no hiccups at all. Temba Bavuma was out for 37 of 52 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6. Shariful Islam taking the catch of him as he tried to sweep a delivery which was pitched on the leg stump, and it was the end of Temba Bavuma. Verini was very, very impressive. Not out 58 of 77 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes. And it was good to see Kyle Verini really step up the gas in the end moments when he thrashed 2 sixes. And I think it was of Taskin Ahmed, if I'm not wrong, but very well done by Kyle Verini. Rassi Van Dersen was not out on 8, just to complete the formalities with 1-4, as the South Africans, in a do-or-die match for them, went on to their victory, and they went to a victory by 7 wickets, thus leveling the ODI series against the Bangladeshis. Looking at the bowling, so we have the decider coming up, I think maybe on Tuesday, and I think that should be a really a very juicy decider coming up. Shariful Islam, 4 overs none for 29, but Taskin Ahmed, who was brilliant the other day, went for runs aplenty. 4 overs, he was cracked for 41 runs without a wicket to show besides his name. Marius and Miraz also got a bit of tap, 1 for 56, his bowling figures. Mustafizur Rahman, one was really at a loss to know as to why Mustafizur Rahman was under bowled. 3 overs, no maiden, none for 13, and that is not what we expect unless he has been injured. That is justified. Shakib Al Hasan, 10 overs, 2 men, 1 for 33. Definitely my pick of my bowlers here. Shakib Al Hasan. Afif Hussain also showed his bowling skills. 5 overs, 1 for 15. Mahmudullah, none for 8. Now, dear fans of the Tabers has said Rabada took the man of the match award, and that was good to see. But now I'm really taking you live to England versus West Indies at the Bridgetown Oval, Barbados. At the Bridgetown Oval in Barbados, Whereas I said, it's an exciting match that's happening right now. England today, playing till lunchtime, declared the innings closed at 185 for 6 with their overnight lead, with the lead that they had in the first innings, and thus setting up the West Indies a target of 282 runs to win in 2 sessions flat. England, 185 for 6 declared. So yesterday they resumed at the overnight score, where they are not lost any wickets. And today it was Alex Lees making 24, and it was the body language of the Englishmen were pretty clear as to what their approach was. They had decided, it has been pre-decided, that they are going to make this match exciting and they are going to go for the runs. And I think Joe Root has really thrown in, one probably calls it a challenging declaration, but as I said, he has really thrown in a lot of excitement into the game, because he has given England a chance to go and probably, and as I'm speaking to you, there's one more wicket that has gone by. Shamar Brooks has been dismissed. He has been caught by Root off the bowling of Saqib Mahmood. This is a very interesting catch which was taken. The ball was edged outside the off stump by Shamar Brooks. Crawley dropped it. Root tried to grab at it at the third attempt, and finally Root managed to cling on, and that was the end of Shamar Brooks. So we really have a game on here. England are sensing something here. They have thrown open the match here. They declared the innings closed, and currently, as I'm talking to you, the score reached 37 for 2. We are in the second session of play here. Craig Brathwaite, the captain, is not out on 19 with 2 boundaries, and Krumar Bonner is out here in the center. So definitely, it's a matter of Krumar Bonner combining with Craig Brathwaite, and both are ideally suited to this type of situation, according to me, because they like to grind the bowling, and that's what precisely one is waiting to see from Krumar Bonner and the other person, the captain, Craig Brathwaite. So just going back to the English card here in the second innings, Alex Lees was out for 24. He was caught by Joseph for the bowling of Permal for 24 with 2 boundaries. He tried to, the ball was tossed up wide outside the off stump. Veersamy Permal, and there was a slot sleep attempted as the ball was picked up. A deep mid-wicket catch taken by Alzari Joseph. Good catch at that, one could call. Zach Crawley was a victim of the bowling of the tall Alzari Joseph. Some extra bounce with his height, and a beautiful catch from Jayden Seals. It was extra pace, and it was going down the leg side, and Crawley had got a bat onto it. And it was very well taken by Jayden Seals. Joe Root was a victim of the bowling of Veerasamy Perumal. He slops up the delivery, and it was Campbell at mid-wicket coming up with the catch of the sweep shot, and Joe Root was gone for 9 of 10 with 1 boundary. Dan Lawrence was the highest scorer, contributing 41 runs as he finally picked out long on when he tried to thrash Jayden Seals with some good power. But in the end, it resulted in a very simple catch to Alzari Joseph at the long on region. Ben Stokes made 19 of 18 balls, 1 4 and 1 6. It was a full wide delivery outside the off stump, and Stokes was really trying to have a real crack at it, and the catch was taken in the cover region by Brathwaite. Barrister made 29 of 25, 1 4 and 2 sixes, and he went to hit the ball from Jayden Seals down the ground, and that was the downfall of Johnny Barrister. Roach taking the catch at long on, running and taking a good catch. That was the end. Finally, Fox was not out on 11, and Chris Vokes was not out on 9, as the English Joe Root called his troops over by declaring the innings at 185 for 6. Thus setting the West Indies 282 runs for victory. And again, it's a challenging declaration. Looking at the bowling figures, 1 for 30, 1 for Kemar Roach, 2 for 29, Veersamy Perumal, 2 for 34 for Jayden Seals, 1 for 45 for Alzari Joseph. Now, West Indies, as I said, will go live to the match here and see what really is in store in the West Indies. So going live to the Bridgetown Oval, Barbados, in the West Indies. We are on the 5th day. We are 2 sessions, as we are in the second session of play right now. And I'm taking you live to Bridgetown Oval. Well, Marford, that's another wicket has gone by. Kumar Bonner has been dismissed. England are absolutely into the game here. They look like they are really, really going for the jugular here. As Kumar Bonner has been out, Kumar Bonner has been gobbled up. So Bonner is a big, big wicket because Kumar Bonner is someone who can really has the can occupy the crease. It's Saqib Mahmood who has a beautiful delivery from Saqib Mahmood. He squares up the batsman, extra bounce off the good length spot, off the shoulder of the bat, and Joe Root has taken a catch, and that is the end of Kumar Bonner. West Indies reeling right now at a score of 39 for 3. They need another 243 runs to go and win the match here against against England. And England are absolutely onto it today. What a game we are having. This is getting as exciting as it gets, I would say. And one is really, really looking and waiting for this game as to how it is going to pan out subsequently. I'm really waiting for it. Yes, Naumit, hi. After a long time, my friend. I know that we have not been in touch, but good to see you, Naumit. And really, it's a real game happening here at Bridgestone Oval. And West Indies have a real task on hand. They have to go and save the match now. Jermaine Blackwood has joined Craig Brathwaite. So these are the two players who did a good job in the first innings. And Saqib Mahmood is looking ominous here. 2 for 7 is bowling figures. And I think we really, really have a game on hand, dear fans. So it was an absolute pleasure bringing you this cricket show, Cricket Happenings today. Hope you all loved it. Looking forward to your company. Not in, as you know, it will be again coming back on Saturday. I'll be getting in touch with everybody on Cricket Happenings, as you know. Other than that, keep an eye on my Twitter page, my cricket website, www.cricket-status.com. You can also jump into the page of Cricket Buddies on Cricket Reddit, where I sometimes do some small briefs as well. This being said, it's all over here. And really, as I said, it's really getting exciting. The 39 for 3, England are definitely looking but as I said, we still have some time. So definitely the West Indies would be playing for survival. Can West Indies save the game today in the two sessions, in these two full sessions? That's it from me, your host Ram, and see you on Saturday, next Saturday. Thank you.